yeah, yeah. We've been drifting, but I still feel you. I've been running on empty, drowning in days. Told myself you were good while I drifted away. Paying these dues, keeping my head down. Thought stepping back was the way love stayed around. But I see the distance, yeah, I feel the regret. We used to talk about everything, now it's just less. I thought being strong meant holding it in, but silence just pushed you away again. Life shut me down and I let it stay. Didn't know space could cut this way. We're feeling each other but missing the touch. Talking in echoes, not saying enough. I need your presence, you need my hand. Let's learn to love again. To understand, I was waving from the ground while you drifted away. Looking for the parent and I prayed for each day. I needed your words, not just money and plans. I need your arms, not papers in my hands. You figured I was older, like money went away, but I still wanted you showing up the same way. I picked up your distance, learned how to pretend. Now we're stuck with memories instead of a man. Yeah, I scrolled through the pictures, sad what would stay. Wondered if care and attention separate. I wanted you real, not a voice through the phone. Wanted your presence, not feeling alone. Somebody speak first, no matter who starts. The silence is heavy, it's pulling apart. Sit at the table, no front, no mask. Say what you mean, no need to ask. Lay it out raw, let the truth unfold. Nothing can heal if it stays untold. Don't stop for time and don't wait for signs. Say I miss us while we still got time. Hope we'll feel each other's touch. Talking in echoes, not saying enough. I need your presence, you need my hand. Let's learn to love again. To understand, yeah, we drifted, we fell out of range, but I still feel your name running through my veins. This isn't the end, we can carve out a way, but the first words gotta get spoken today.
It's so crazy right now. When you thought that it wasn't getting any traction out here in these streets, then all of a sudden it just turns up more. Right now we must be all the way in the fire. Because with that fire, we get something that comes to mind that says the pot calling the kettle black, right? You see, everybody swears they see things clear when they point out somebody else's bullshit. And that's the trap right there. That old phrase, the pot calling the kettle black, is a straight up reminder that the same smoke hitting your pot is hitting the kettle too. You know what I'm talking about, them old cast iron joints. They call it seasoned when it gets all of the, workings into the pot. The seasoning. Right now we're in the seasoning. And that meat or them vegetables are getting fried up in those kettles in that pot. Chow chow. Those two things are forged from the same metal, arguing like one's cleaner than the other. And then you think by now we get the message, but humans stay hooked on pretending that they different. The pot and the kettle, both been through the heat, both took on soot, both fed people. Yet one opens its mouth to act brand new. And that's the story of people everywhere. Can't wait to correct someone and get all undone when it comes back at them. Flip through someone's social media posts or lives and watch them drag each other. Listen to any argument long enough and you'll hear the same old shit. Someone calling out what they do behind closed doors. Whole generations built careers off that routine. Politicians, folks online preaching peace between screenshots of mess. Nobody wants to say it. But hypocrisy is the new norm because it lets you talk loud while ducking your own smoke. Now, it's odd that this was delivered in spirit today. I'm just now getting to it now. I've been in the cloud car for some time now, just watching and observing, hoping that a simple reminder of your humanness. You don't have to go after people. Ain't y'all tired? I say over and over again, you are stronger together than you are apart. So the pot calling the kettle black. When we're all in this together, it's amazing how somebody's got to get it. It's amazing that somebody has to be the target. Has to be. But the question is why? Why? Sometimes we do it because facing ourselves costs us our pride. Pointing fingers is so much easier than dealing with your own stuff in the background. And a lot of us are trying so hard to better ourselves and to confront the things that are in our past. Ain't you tired? Those pointing fingers, there's a mental trick that keeps it running. It's called projection because that's what you're doing. No harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. I'm just talking. I'm trying to get past the facade and get to the soul of the person. You recognize that there may be pieces of yourself in someone else and attack it before it reminds you who you still are. It's self-defense acting like judgment. Some people feel powerful calling out a lie that looks like yours. but the power is fake. You ever been on the receiving end of it? Like, has it ever been your turn to be cooked? For real. That is not a good feeling at all. My God. The pot calling the kettle black. I really am trying to break that down, and I've been breaking it down all day in my mind. And then as I'm working and listening and working and listening, I was like, I'm just, I see the potential in so many people and the goodness that they have that's dig downside of them. Maybe expectations are too high. Oh, but I see so much potential. So when you become the receiving end of it, somebody checking you with the same dirt underneath their nails, right? That's the kicker part. The anger that rises isn't just about them. It's the reality of being exposed by yourself in another person's body. That's what the phrase really holds. Emotional smoke. It burns when you realize that you're arguing with the mirror. Recognizing that the pot and the kettle, you're arguing with the mirror. And the moment doesn't have to humiliate you, right? It can level you up if you let it. Let it level you up. You don't have to be engaged. Because for most people, it's entertainment. Because the second that you admit that you have been touched by the same flame, the conversation changes from attack to awareness. And that's the point where you catch yourself. The phrase was never just about blame, it was about humility. A way of saying that you in this too. Don't act brand new. We have twisted it into a punchline, but it's supposed to check the ego and pull the mask off the person who forgot that they've been doing the same damn thing. Stop weaponizing the truth and start understanding it. That's where growth lives. Aren't you tired? You can't grow with all of these shadows pulling you down and down and down. I could just see people trying to just crawl up out of the hole just to take a breath. And just when they get ready to go over the wall, here comes a mass amount of shadows to pull them back down. That's the black. And calling yourself out before the world gets a chance. So yeah, the pot calling the kettle black still hits, but only if you catch the wisdom inside of it. Everybody's been reshaped Buy something. Buy something. You can keep fronting like your shine ain't clean. The point ain't to outshine the kettle. It's to realize that y'all both been through the same flame and still serving purpose. That's what makes it timeless. Still nice with it. Welcome to Blended Healing. If I can just talk to you for a moment. Just for a moment. We have all heard the phrase growing up. And most people think that they know what it means. The pot calling the kettle black comes out of an old school clapback. Easy. Was automatic. Too familiar to question, but when you slow it down, it hits harder than people give it credit for. Two things built from the same metal. Two things built from the same metal, burned by the same fire, trying to act like their scars look different. Let me get that to you again. Two things built from the same metal, same circumstances, same, burned by the same fire. What fire are we in right now? Burned by the same fire. But then trying to act like their scars look different. The beauty in it is the honesty. The message that nobody gets through the flame untouched. It's timeless because it keeps finding new faces to expose. You see it in those sneaky moments when somebody dishes judgment but folds when the same truth circles back. The phrase stays relevant because ego stays alive. It's a reality check, wrapped in plain damn English, reminding us all you can't call out smoke when you still percolating yourself. Let me give you a little brief history on this hypocrisy. The phrase itself, the pot calling the kettle black, traces back to the 1600s when iron ruled the kitchen and everything cooked over an open flame carried soot as a badge of use. Following me? The pot and the kettle shared the same fire, wore the same smoke, yet one had the nerve to call the other dirty. It was clever back then. Not just irony, but comedy. Writers used it to mock how people see flaws in others with eyes that skip their own bullshit. Okay. Before this line caught on, hypocrisy got dressed up in words like sin, deceit, and moral failure. The pot and kettle stripped that down, made it visual, and made it stick. Centuries later, here we are. The heat just changed shape. The fire isn't under iron pots anymore. It's in people's mouths, their comments, their captions, their politics. The same energy that once filled old kitchens now burns through screens and conversations. You hear it every time someone preaches loyalty while plotting on the low, or when a leader talks about integrity with pockets full of contradiction. The pot and the kettle didn't disappear. They just went digital. Social media turned hypocrisy into content, and everyone's subscribed. You can scroll 10 seconds and find somebody exposing behavior that they practice off camera. It's the modern version of smoke, baby. Cleaner flame, same soot. I hope you're getting this metaphor, because it hit me really hard. And I was like, wow, wow. So here's where it gets psychological and personal. People project. It's the mind's way of dodging its own mess. You spot in others what you don't want to face in yourself, and pointing fingers is easy. Standing in front of your own mirror takes nerve, and we run on the self-serving bias, patting ourselves on the back when things go right and blaming somebody else when it blows up. Then there's that mental spin called fundamental attribution. Fancy, right? All it is seeing someone else's flaws as character, but calling your own a moment. That's that bullshit. When somebody hits you with that pot label, it burns because a part of it sticks. And when you throw it at someone else, it feels like release, fake purity in motion. What's really happening is that the tug between ego and honesty, and the unspoken fight between your image and your behavior. The phrase doesn't just describe hypocrisy. It exposes the human habit of hiding from self-recognition. I'm not done yet. Most people stop at the insult. They hear the pot calling the kettle black and treat it like it's a jab, exposing somebody else's flaws. But the real twist, the part that never makes it into the memes or the comebacks, is that it's not always about the shame. Sometimes it's a wake-up call, an alarm ringing through your ego saying you're not that far from what you are judging. And that reality makes you honest. You start seeing your humanness shared in the mistakes you swore that you never made. You notice the patterns you clown other people for doing. You realize that maybe the same fire that scorched them still lives under you. It's one thing to point at somebody and yell hypocrite. It's another thing entirely to stop and ask, what is the situation trying to show me about me? That's the grown up version of the phrase. When the mirror turns towards you instead of being thrown at somebody else, the pot and the kettle weren't meant to keep you arguing. They were meant to recognize their shared condition. Both got heat, both got marked, both still serve. That's wisdom. The power of that phrase lives in the change. It becomes a compass for character, guiding you through the hard conversations without losing grace. You start speaking from accountability instead of ego and asking real questions instead of defending a facade. Because once you understand that everybody carries soot, it's easier to lead with humility. You call yourself in before you're calling anybody out. Let me say that again. You call yourself in before you start calling anybody out. You let the mirror do what the mirror do. Show what's real, not what's easy. And that's how the phrase evolves from cliche to consciousness. It's not just old wisdom, it's active guidance. Check your tone, your intentions, your triggers. It dares you to be the same when nobody's watching. And when you pass that test, that's when the pot and the kettle stop arguing and start respecting the fire that shaped them both. I'm almost done. We have been tossing this phrase around for centuries, but the truth underneath it never aged. The soot on your surface doesn't make you dirty. It proves that you lived through something. Everybody's been close to the flame. Some just act like they forgot how hot it gets. So the next time that you hear somebody say, the pot calling the kettle black, don't be so quick to react. Breathe first. The point was never to clown the kettle. It was to remind the pot that it's been on the flame too, still standing, still useful, and still nice with it. Ashe, y'all are fighting the wrong things. Y'all are fighting the wrong things. You're stronger together than apart. Look what's going on around you. While you're calling somebody out for something, realizing that later on, when you're wise enough to become a person of a certain age, you get to see that we both on the same flame, baby. We both on the same flame. Even though we're individuals and we all look and act different in some ways, but a shared community, you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm just here to remind you of who you are and whose you are. The pot and the kettle, forged from the same iron, going in different paths, but still on the fire, still covered with soot, still. Be kind to one another. Remember who you are. And remember that you carry a whole legacy with you. And it's based on how you are. All right, I'm done. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you around.
Yeah, they lit the sky like the world's on fire. Same old cry, same tired choir. I ran through the night with a cape on tight. Thought they wanted change, nah, just another fight. Cliff up ahead, seen it all before. Same sad story, same revolving door. Run to the rescue, patch up the pain. Next day comes, they do it again. Stop mid-stride, heart went cold. This hero life done got too old. Flip that switch, let the signal die. Laid down the cape, didn't say goodbye. Gave them the tools, gave game, gave rope. They ain't want work, just drama and hope. I saved a storm, it was killing my peace. So I turned my back, let the chaos cease.
You kill the light, save my life, that's the plan. No more fire drills on demand. If you want out, better learn to fight. 'Cause I'm done being hero every night. Yeah.
Save my life, let the sky go black. No more running through the flames, I ain't coming right back. You want change? Better stand and fight. 'Cause tonight I'm done, yeah, I'm killing that light. Save my life, let the sky go black. No more running through the flames, I ain't coming right back. You want change? Better stand and fight. 'Cause tonight I'm done, yeah, I'm killing that light. No cape on my back, yeah, I walked through the rain. Cut ties with the drama, broke chains from the pain. They gon' call it cold, they gon' call it a sin. But I done saved the same world time and again. Now I'm choosing my peace, yeah, I'm guarding my space. No more sprinting through fires just to fall out of place. If the bridge keeps burning, let the ashes stay. I ain't dying on a hill, they keep building this way. Now the nights stay quiet, no lights in the sky. Ain't no call for a hero, no reason to fly. They can stand on their own, yeah, the tools been there. But they rather call me back just to prove I care. I done gave all the game, every map, every key. If they stay in the storm, that ain't on me. I'ma ride for my peace, keep my soul intact. Once the cape hit the ground, I ain't taking it back, never.